Welcome race fans to another Monday night here on RaceSpot TV as we come for another special presentation on iRacing Live for UK and Ireland Club Monday Night Skip Barber Racing School Series. Rachel Whiteford here with Linus Brostrom, bringing you all the action from the mountain. Joining you live on track during qualifying here, Gavin Marsden currently sitting on pole for the time, Linus, as we are now getting ready with only a few seconds left of qualifying, all ready to go.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very, very good race here today, especially with Mark Mercer, who was quickest in practice, has not even set a time, so he's going to be starting at the back.
That is very interesting, of course. Well, no, actually, we're counting down now the times. We have got no qualifying for Mark Mercer, which will be very unusual. We'll actually get those qualifying positions up on screen for you as qualifying is complete. Gavin Marsden there is in position number 1. And starting on his outside, Rob Reed. Behind them, Stuart Adcock, Bill Fraser, and Fahim Antonades will round out your top 5. Mark Turner, Adrian Bidwell, Heath Sharp, Simon Maltby, Clark Williams, your top 10. Rest of those starting positions on your screen. As we wait for those cars to head to the grid. Well, you have news on Mark Mercer?
Apparently he lost connection just as he started his qualifying, so he didn't have any time to get back to complete a lap.
Well, it's going to be an exciting race as we watch Mark Mercer, of the defending top few in the points there, try and battle his way through the traffic here at a track that is notoriously hard to pass at. Mark Mercer will be starting P number 20 on the grid. That's probably his furthest back start all season, Linus. So this could be a tough one for him. Of course, up front, the likes of Gavin Marsden, Rob Reed, Bill Fraser as well, Bidwell and Antonides will be very difficult competition for him.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to watch him drive through the pack today, and I think we're going to have to keep a close eye on him, especially with the track being as tight as it is, and with how important the aero is down the straight. He cannot afford to have any kind of contact with anyone, but I don't think he's going to have anything for the front 5, 6, 7 guys. They're going to be just too far ahead by the time he gets through the pack.
Well, we will have to see what happens. Of course, don't forget RaceSpot TV brought to you on Monday nights in part with Shelter, the charity in the UK for homelessness and poverty in young people. Check them out for us. Will Vincent, of course, doing the 2016 London Marathon for Shelter, so get involved and support him if you can. Waiting for those lights to go out now, and the iRacing.com gantry as engines rev. We get ready for 10 laps of mountain racing. Green flag is out, away we go. Great start by Gavin Marsden. Rob Reed with a good start in second. Better start though than Bill Fraser for Stuart Adcock. That 52 car plotting into third position ahead as we head through Hell Corner. Aimed very appropriately because it's the scene of many incidents on the first laps here at Bathurst as we see 3 wide back in your pack. James Williamson there, P number 18 with Stuart, Dick, Paul Thurston as well. So a bit congested for you in the field there. Looking up towards the front of the field though. Very single file as we head up Mountain Straight now. Mercer already starting to make his moves on Ian Robinson for P number 19, Linus.
Yeah, he had a good start. He's made it up to 19th now, and in front of him there's 5 cars all dribbling for 1 position, but it looks like they're going to single out going up the hill here now, so he should be in a safe spot for now, I think.
Could be, but there's a lot of traffic ahead of him. Mark Mercer there, P19 right now, looking to make a move on the traffic ahead as he has lots of people there. Williamson lets him go through, of course. Not going to challenge this one right now, but 4 or 5 cars ahead of Mercer in a tight pack. A lot of traffic and cut round to cover. Towards the front of your field, it's still Marsden from Reed, from Adcock, as this top 4 or 5 get a breakaway here, Linus.
Yeah, they had a clean start and was able to get away from the guys battling behind them, and I think that's the 5 guys that's going to finish in the top 5 today. As long as they don't battle each other too much and don't make contact with each other to keep the aero at maximum, then I think it'll be hard for anyone to beat any of those 5.
Of course, we describe them as a breakaway, but it's not a huge amount of time between them though. Of course, drafting up Mountain Straight and Conrad Straight will be huge in this race. We've seen that already in qualifying. We will certainly see it in the race. Well, it's a clean lap so far of the drivers that started. All are still running. Jamie Bird dropped back from the field. He might have had a solo car incident there, but still going very well as we have something up with a 52. That is car there, Stuart Adcock, making the move round the outside of Bill Fraser. What can he do? No, he's being passed by Bill Fraser. Bill Fraser up the inside here, but this will leave Adcock in a good defensive spot before going through the chase here. He does it just right there as Bill Fraser makes contact with the back of his car there. Nearly an incident on the end of lap number 1 for Stuart Adcock, as Antonides will take advantage of that loss of momentum for Bill Fraser and head up the inside into the final corner. Up 1 position then for Antonides, but top 3 stayed the same as Marsden, Reed and Adcock.
Yeah, at the same time, Tim Adcock just lost the position to Robert Plumley and fell down to 12th place.
We have a crash on the track. Could get a replay up for you. Big incident here. And this was that small pack which in through the chase. Oh, we have a car that has done something very unusual. The 15 car. We have to try and find out what's happened with him. David Cake has, I believe, done the Bathurst jump. That's... Oh, and he's taken out the 99 there of Peter Cowan. My God, what a huge incident. Massive crash. James Williamson nowhere to go. He's been hit. He's been hit by Stuart Dick. 3 or 4 cars out there. Somebody not doing things the right way. That is not how you race at Bathurst.
No, that looked very bizarre. I wonder if he did that on purpose or if that was by accident.
Well, we'll come back to that one after the race.
Well, you're looking at the steering wheel, watching replay from his onboard. He's definitely steering in there and trying to do the jump, so he did that on purpose from my point of view. I can tell he did that perfectionly on purpose.
Well, that's not sporting behaviour from David Cake there in the 15 car. First lap incident involving 3 or 4 vehicles. They're taken out in the chase as we head into the end of the final lap. Looking back towards the front of your field, though, it's still Marsden, Reed, Adcock and Antonides. Bill Fraser rounding at that top 5. The only driver to lose a position in your top 5 drivers right now. He's dropped back 1 position. Antonides up to 4th. Of course, this is front group, Linus. They are not really spreading out, but they're not pulling away from each other at all. This track draft dependent, so realistically they're holding on to each other. Mark Turner back there in P number 6 with the car there of Adcock, who has, I believe, now lost a spot. That moves Antonides up to P number 3. Bidewell in P4. He's the biggest gap we've got there between P6 P7. Otherwise, things pretty close.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for the leader to pull away on the straight, and that means everyone's just going to be bunched up, and they don't really want to make moves too early up in the on the mountain either, since it's so tight. But the further we get into the race, and as soon as there's battle breaks out somewhere, we're going to start seeing gaps a bit everywhere. So I think everyone's just being cautious early on and not taking too much risk. That's why we're seeing all this single file long group racing at the moment.
Very much so. Hopefully get an onboard Rob Reed right about now. We will show you what it's like here. Look at a lap around Bathurst in one of these cars. Car that's running P number 2 right now in your series. Looking at here's the onboard camera there from the roll bar. Rob Reed as he looks up right behind Gavin Marsden. Oh, as Rob Reed goes to the outside, he will make that move. As we see textbook sort of pass here, Linus, at Bathurst. Drafting on the straightaway is Rob Reed. They're going for the lead of the race. He will secure that big group there in the second corner. Can Reed hold it around the outside? If he can do that, he will hold it inside, but he won't be able to do that. Marsden has the line back. But look at that move. The draft it gave to the cars behind. It pulled Antonides forwards. And he's there battling with Stuart Adcock and Bill Fraser. But dicey move by Rob Reed. He's looking like he's trying to make a position.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, the aero is very, very important here, because you need to draft down the straightaways. That's exactly what he got out of turn 1, but then he just drove it a bit too deep into turn 2 and lost it all again. But as long as he stays on his rear bumper or rear going onto the straightaways, he's definitely going to be able to make a move whenever he wants to.
Update on Mark Mercer in the heat of a battle here. Being number 13 for Mercer, although he's now will be scored higher. He's just made it past the car there of, I believe that's Simon Maltby. Simon Maltby crashes out. Oh, big impact from Maltby. Get a replay up for you now of that happening there. Maltby was coming into the corner behind in front of the 147 of Plumley that Mercer just passed. Plumley outbrakes himself right into the back there of Maltby. Maltby hard into the inside wall, bounces across the track. Thankfully does not collect anyone else, but cars off the racetrack in front of him. That's a big incident for Simon Maltby.
2 cars just behind him just managed to avoid him going into the gravel, and they're lucky to not have spun out or hit the wall or anything themselves. That could have been a lot bigger than it was.
Well, the mountain claiming victims already here. Motley trying his best to get back to pit road. He can't do it just yet. But looking up there towards what's happening now.
Ben Summers
Plumley,
just spun it in the downhill as well, just before
Ben
Forest
Summers
Elbow.
did. He has indeed. As Ben Summers has spun across Skyline on the grass there on the inside. Runs wide, hits the grass on the outside, loses that car. Thankfully pulls to the inside without getting collected by anybody, so a solo car incident for him. Going back to the lead of this race, Reed still following Marsden. Looking at number
Adcock
52
is
right
falling
now.
a bit behind Fraser now on lap number 3. Wonder if anything's happened there, if he's just had a battle with Antonides.
The car looks in good condition for Stuart Adcock, so possibly biding his time right now. Not wanting to get too involved, but Bill Fraser hanging on to your leaders now, so you have definite separation. Rob Reed going to make a move again for the inside. Oh, he'll go to the outside for turn number 2. Hopefully to carry that through, hold the outside line for 3. At which point he can take the lead here at Bathurst. He will not do it again. Turn 2 not looking like an opportune location as Bill Fraser goes to his outside. Can Fraser take away second here? He will. Bill Fraser, the young Scotsman, up to second position on the racetrack now behind Gavin Marsden. So opportunistic move there by Fraser, Linus. Of course, Reed trying his best to take the lead of the race. Just costing him.
Yeah, it looks like he's really struggling in the second corner, and Fraser obviously saw it on the last lap, being just behind him, so probably hoping for him to do the same again and just put this car up the inside when the opportunity occurred and took the spot away. Let's see now if he can take the lead instead of going down a long back straight.
Well, Fraser, of course, hasn't won so far this season or last season, so we know he's going to be tempted to try for the lead of this race. With Mercer mired in traffic, this is an opportunistic moment for him. Will he make a silly move? Will he take something too soon? Trying to get the lead of this race, Linus. Of course, that's a big problem for drivers that haven't won recently. They want it desperately. Will we see something by Fraser here? Marsden, of course, not a regular in this series. Fraser is, so there'll be some miscommunication.
Yeah, well, I think with this long back straight just before the end of the lap, I don't think you want to be the leader.
Oh, here he goes.
Lap.
Bill Fraser going to the outside in the Conrad straight here. Gonna head to the chase and up to the hurry down. Well, not to hurry down, that's Road America. Sorry, my brain is in the wrong gear. But Bill Fraser takes the lead before we get to the chase. And he will hold that position over Gavin Marsden. Runs wide though, Marsden running outside. Can he do anything with the final corner here? Reed is up and involved. He's caught back up again. Looking at 3 wide. Oh, nearly 3 wide. The final run down to the last corner. Rob Reed tempted to make a move there, but he will back it out and go for a good undercut as he does. He gets inside Bill Fraser. Marsden back to lead the race. Of course, this lap is so long, Linus, that Marsden was scored lead the last time. Lost the lead in turn 2, and he's back in the lead.
Yeah, he did a good job to manage to get the lead back there, but well, if you pass down the long back straight, you can obviously get the spot back before you get to the corner if it's done early enough. So that's how long it is in these cars.
Very much so, and we're going to focus on one driver in particular here. The number 33 car of Mark Mercer started 20th. He's now up to P number 9 on the racetrack. That number 33 Club 100 machine is back in contention. He's in a points position, which is what he needed. And after a disastrous start and nearly being involved in that early wreck on the end of lap 1, he is now, of course, inside your top 10. P number 9, qualified 20th, up 11 spots. Passing that many cars at Bathurst, Linus, is a huge achievement.
Yeah, he's done a really good job today. And he's been a bit lucky as well to be able to stay clean and especially miss that incident, but now he's got a gap of 4 seconds up to the next car, so he'll have some clear tracks, so let's see what he can do with that.
Up to the lead of your race.
Big gap racing now for the lead as well, as Fahim Antonides and Stuart Adcock has caught back up to the front 3 as they've been battling, so this could turn into a good race.
Very much so. Of course, the battling between Fraser, Reed and Marsden has allowed 3rd, 4th and 5th to catch up to them. So Antonides and Adcock have got back involved here with this battle, so we have a real fight in our hands. 1.3 seconds behind them is the car of Mark Turner and P number 6, so not really involved yet, but himself and Bidewell probably going to get involved if this gets any more ferocious towards the front of your race. No mistakes out of Forest Elbow for the front 5 cars there. So Marsden from Fraser, from Reed, Antonides and Adcock. This could go any of so many ways, Linus.
Yeah, if these guys behind also manage to get involved in this battle, if they keep battling, it's going to be a 7-car battle all the way till the end, and that could be...
Oh, Fraser with a move. Sorry,
that
Linus,
could
but
turn
Fraser
into
with a
this
move
weird
there
way.
through the kink here as we head into the chase. Will Fraser be able to hold this lead again? No, through the inside goes Marsden. Rob Reed's going to take advantage of the poor exit. Will we see anything here? Side by side, they're running through to the final corner. Now we will go 3 wide into the final corner of Bathurst. Antonides looks on, concerned maybe, but Marsden there checking up a little bit in front of Fraser as here we get a real gaggle of cars forming. It's getting incredibly tight on the racetrack as Antonides comes to make a move. Fraser in the sucker hole, he's going backwards as Reed and Antonides pass him. 3 wide into turn 1, hell corner of Bathurst. Oh, bit of a touch there, Reed and Bill Fraser. Yep, contact there with Rob Reed and Bill Fraser. Reed's lost a lot of speed. Fraser definitely damaged. Get your replay of that incident will show you exactly what happened in turn number 1.
And stopped as well, so he's out of this race.
Bill Fraser is out. He's lost his suspension. We're going to watch that now. Coming into hell corner on replay. Fraser goes to turn in. Antonides is on his inside. You see there, he wobbles outwards. Reed just catches the back of him with his front nose cone. Suspension damage on the 10 of Bill Fraser. Bill Fraser is out of this race. Rob Reed still going, but he's lost a few spots there. Down there behind Adrian Bidewell. There's lost momentum. He's lost his front wing, in fact. So Rob Reed, no front wing on that number 3 car, which is a huge disappointment for 2 drivers in the top 3. Just battling too hard too soon, Linus.
Yeah, I think Fraser turned in a bit too early there as well. He didn't expect Kurt to be up his inside, and he panicked, turned out and hit Rob Reed, who's now without a front wing, and that's going to hurt him massively going down the straightaways. But at the same time, as once now allowed Bidewell and Turner to catch up, so still going to have a big battle for the win by the looks of it.
It has indeed, of course. If looking at the front of the race here, it is still Gavin Marsden lead. Oh, we have an incident behind that. We do. Stuart Adcock, big impact going through Big Dipper here at Bathurst.
And Reed hit the wall as well in the next corner.
It is. It's going to replay up now for you on the screen. Adcock coming out of the dipper, catches the inside wall, goes to the outside, big impact. Rob Reed hits the wall behind him. There are 2 incidents in one corner there. As Rob Reed hits the wall a second and a third time. 2 crashes out of the dipper, Rob Reed and Stuart Adcock. Reed might have clipped Adcock there. Oh, 3 cars from your top 5 are out.
Reed hit Adcock as he stopped by the wall, and then he pulled off in the next corner to stop as well. So that's 3 of the top 7 out in one lap.
It is indeed. Bill Fraser, Rob Reed, Stuart Adcock, and of course the car there you saw of Rob Reed.
Mark Mercer now up in 6th place, I think, when he crosses the line next time.
He is. The only cars ahead of him will be Clark Williams, Mark Turner, and Adrian Bidewell. Of course, Fahim Antonides is still running. He's now 2nd ahead of Bidewell. But Marsden has run away on his own. There's no one around him. Of course, all his competition has crashed. The nearest competition is Fahim Antonides in 2nd. Bidewell up to 3rd. Who's racing there with Antonides. Turner in 4th. Clark Williams in 5th. Mark Mercer 20th to 6th. We knew Bathurst was going to be a race of attrition, but my God, what an incredible sequence of events as we have Piers Cocky here fighting with Tim Adcock, and that is now for 7th and 8th position, Linus.
Yeah, it's got battles pretty much all over the track now, I think, but this is the highest one at the moment. Looks like Cocky is going to try and get the run with the help of the draft, and Adcock is blocking the inside like he should. See if Cocky can hold the outside a bit better than Rob Reed did.
Very much, and we'll have a quick look back.
Big sideways moment, and he's about to hit the wall. He held it on.
Just going to look back in your field towards P number 1718. That is 2 Scotsmen. James Williamson in the 073 and the 61 of Stuart Dick there of Radical Racing UK. Those cars now battling for position 17th or 14th and 15th after all the incidents we've seen.
13th and 14th even.
13th and 14th, you're right, after all the incidents we've seen. Of course, these 2 cars involved in that lap 1 wreck out of the chase. They're back running in the points again. This is the attrition we're seeing here as, oh, big draft there for Stuart Dick. He'll look to the inside.
Yeah, James did this the other way around. He didn't hold the inside, he went to the outside instead. Maybe he just wants to let Stuart by and hold on to him till the last lap and pass him down the straight.
Well, it would be the safe and logical decision, of course, with draft being so powerful. Really do not want to have to lead in a close battle on the field. But as we'll see here, through he goes as Stuart Dick will just push that car through. No real problems. Williamson letting him have that spot for now. Also, those drivers came down pit road, got their replacement cars, and are back out and running again. But because the lap is so long, Linus, they stayed on the lead lap. Looking further up the field, though, Mercer is now up to P number 6. Of course, he's 4 seconds back from Clark Williams. We don't expect him to make that up in the next 3 laps. So that should well be his position, unless we have any more incidents, of course. Mark Turner, Clark Williams, they're battling for P number 4 and 5. Bidewell and Antonides, 2nd and 3rd. Well, your leader hasn't run off a huge amount, but they're not really able to catch him. So Marsden, if he can keep this on the track, looks set to take a very easy victory now.
Yeah, he was lucky with that incident happening just behind him, so he was able to pull out a gap, and he just pulled away another 6/10 on that lap. So I think Marsden is going to win this race, especially now as Bidewell and Anthony is going to start fighting. It's going to slow them down even more. And Turner and Williams fighting for 4th. I think that might help Mark Mercer as well if they start passing each other back and forth. That could bring Mercer up to them. So it's not over yet for Mark Mercer, I don't think, as long as he just keeps on pushing.
We'll have to find out what happens. As up for P number 2, it's Antonides and Bidewell. Will we see a move here by Adrian Bidewell in that number 14 car? Of course, he's been following Antonides for quite a while here in his AM racing car. Beautiful livery actually on that vehicle there. I actually quite like that a lot. But yeah, Adrian Bidewell chasing down for Hugh Antonides, trying to do what he can to make a move on the long-time driver in this series, of course. Both of these two regulars in the UK&I Monday Night Skip Barber series. He is both very competent drivers, but both in a podium position. Rare for these drivers, of course. Antonides regularly qualifies well, but he can make mistakes at times. Bidewell just usually hovers around your top 5, but in a good spot here as we have a battle between Tim Adcock, Piers Cockey, the 21 and the 12, heading up the mountain here, Linus. Piers Cockey trying to find a way past Adcock. One of them may be in the pits, but the other Adcock is gripping on.
Yeah, he's held off Cockey quite well for a few laps here, and Cockey's really trying to get past him, but I think he's going to have to wait till the straightaway, because you don't really want to pass up here, especially not in these cars, because one slight contact will kill the car, so he must wait for the straightaway.
Well, they'll have to wait here as Adcock and Cockey battle hard on the racetrack for a position as we run down towards Forest Elbow here. What a fight we're seeing between these two guys. It's hopefully going to develop a lot further as we see the race progress, with just under 3 laps remaining. Well, one straight and a set of corners before we have 2 laps remaining. So
Bidewell is looking up the left side of Antonides as well, and he's going to clear him well before the corner as well, I think. That was a great pass
Clark
around
Williams
the outside.
98 passing Mark Turner, number 13 car for P number 4. So good move by Clark Williams there through the chase, but back comes Mark Turner. He's not satisfied to leave that 1B. He will take the position back on the outside. Can he hold it round the long side here? He will. Clark Williams bows out, gives that position to Turner rather than go too wide through the corner. So very exploratory move there. He knows he can probably do it, but too soon to really make it stick, Linus.
Yeah, Turner came back and he just let him have it. So smart move, not to try and risk anything anymore before the end of the race. At least now he knows that he can get past him on the straightaway. So I know I say that a lot, but that's probably what you're all waiting for, trying to be the last car on the going onto the straight on the last lap.
Very much so. The last car on the last straight has the biggest advantage, of course, but up towards the front, 2 cars close together battling as well. Another AM racing car, like Mark Turner, it's Adrian Bidewell. He is trying his best to get to the back there for Hugh Antonides, but just cannot quite find his way close enough. That Red Bull Skip Barber race car just not quite got anything for them. Of course, Marsden's been pulling away constantly here. 4.7 seconds at the road now, as Mark Mercer there in 6th. Well, he's closed that gap to 3 seconds, but not enough.
James Williamson just spun out.
He has. Final
place,
corner there. Number 073 car of James Williamson into the final corner. Little bit too much brake. Back end goes round. Oh, he just holds that long enough for Stuart Dick to clear him and not involved in the race car, but Williamson will get that car turned around in the Rocket League Skip Barber race car, and he will get going again. Wow, Scottish Saltaires on the roll hoop, Scottish Saltaires on his helmet. You might think he could be Scottish.
Well, that might be because he is.
It might be because he is indeed, but of course, a very proud Scotsman there, battling another Scotsman in Stuart Dick. But up at the front, once again, we're going to have a look at Mercer. He's made another pass on a lap car. He's still in P number 6, so not really sure he will gain on Williams and Turner. But if they start fighting in this final lap, do you think Mercer could catch them?
It's going to be close. I mean, there's one lap to go, and we see Williams going up the inside again, passing Turner. So since they're doing it on the straight, they're not really losing any speed from it. If they start doing it in the corners, it's going to cost them more. But
Clark Williams to the inside there of Adrian Bidewell. Oh, Mark Turner, I apologise, they're both the same car, so it's hard to tell, but good move by Clark Williams as he secures that position pretty early. We'll have the third run into the corner, but will he be able to hold this one for a whole more lap, Linus? Of course, difficult to be in that position, but you want to make sure you can make the move when you're close enough, rather than not having the opportunity in the last lap. So has he jumped too early is the question.
I don't know. I think if Mark Turner can just keep up with him, he is going to have him on the last straightaway. But that's obviously for time to tell. Oh, and Mark Mercer is in the pits.
Oh, incident for Mark Mercer. He is onto pit road. Has he taken enough fuel? I don't think he has. Mark Mercer, no incident for him, but he has come on to pit road. Mark Mercer, disaster strikes. Of course, you can see there from our helicopter camera. Of course, all the camera packs today provided for Racesport TV by Esteban Balo. Of course, that's just great angle we're seeing thanks to Esteban, but
Barry West
Mercer having to make a splash and dash on fuel there. Barry West, yeah, a crash for him.
Oh, he's gone straight after the long straightaway when done the jump himself, but he tried to avoid it, so don't know if he had some technical issues there.
Unusual positioning for Barry West as he will drop down the running order here, but got to talk about what's happening here for Mark Mercer. Has he had enough gap? Of course, he is 7-8 seconds clear of Tim Adcock. Adcock, of course, running up the mountain now. Mercer is
he's dropped down to
behind
P9
him, so he is P9 for Mark Mercer. But his championship rivals aren't in this race, so he still scores points. He comes home safe with a car with fuel, which is important. No rivals to really fight for points here off him, so is a points finish good enough?
Oh, we got a big crash for P4. Clark Williams hit the wall and he's out.
Oh, big incident. We'll get a replay for you there. Clark Williams, and that's coming down off Skyline towards the Big Dipper. Clark Williams just pushes hard, hits the inside wall, bang, bang, ricochets off. One car incident for Williams, but that is his race over, Linus.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. He had a good race going for him, and I think he had enough of a gap back to Mark Turner there actually to keep that position. And as well for Mark Mercer, if he would have had enough fuel, that would have meant a top 5 for him. Now he's going to be P8, so we will have Tim Adcock up to P5.
Yep, coming through the chase now, Gavin Marsden. He got the pole earlier today, and he has led every lap so far, at least at the line. Gavin Marsden now, one corner to go. Gavin Marsden will claim the victory here at Bathurst in the UK&I Kit Barber Racing School Series. Gavin Marsden, P number 1. Who will join behind him? It's Fahim Antonides. Bidewell has dropped off the back. Fahim Antonides in second, Bidewell in third. Clark Williams will not come home in third. Mark Turner will, so it's an AM Racing 3 and 4. The highest group finish for that team in their history in this series. Those beautiful red and white cars there. I believe those are Hazy Designs cars. They are stunning. But brilliant result for those guys. Tim Adcock, of course, coming home, P number 5. Getting those results up for you on the screen as they come through. Unofficial race finishing results. Well, they're up on your screen now. Marsden wins, of course. Antonides second, Bidewell third. Turner in fourth. Adcock in fifth. Here's Cocky, P number 6. Paul Thurston, P7. Mercer comes home P8 after a last-minute stop and go for fuel. Clark Williams, P number 9. Keith Sharp, P number 10. Robson, P number 11. Stuart Dick in 12th. Barry West, Simon Maltby, James Williamson, and Martin Brandon. Yes, it is indeed. Clark Williams dropping down those orders as cars come through to finish here. So Clark Williams will finish behind them all. The unofficial results will shuffle somewhat, but Linus, we've had an exciting race of 27 cars that started, 16 finished in the lead lap, and of them, well, no one finished lap down. An incredibly tight race.
Yeah, it was a really, really good race. A lot of fun battles, and I was really hoping for that 7-car battle to happen till the end, but as you know, it's a very, very tight track, and you're not far from disaster at any point, really. Then also a bit of a shame about that car doing the bathhouse jump on lap 1 there. Don't think we'll be seeing him here anytime soon again. And then a bit of a shame as well about that crash on the last lap, but overall a really good race, a lot of fun battles, and can't wait to see these guys come back to this track again.
Oh, hopefully we're going to get a word with some guys in a moment, Linus. Well, we're just going to pop to a quick break, and we will be back. Join us after the break as we will conclude with post-race interviews.
The outside contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Welcome back to Racebot TV here on iRacing Live. Rachel Whiteford and Linus Berstrom. We are joined now for post-race interviews by James Williamson, the driver of the 073 machine. James, not the race you would have wanted here today, of course. You came home in the end, back in P number 14. It's still a point-scoring position, but you had been running a bit higher. What happened?
Got caught up in that first lap instant, then spun it out the last corner in lap 7, I think. Could have had P12 running there with Stuart Dick.
Tell us about your fight with Stuart Dick throughout that race. Obviously, we know you're both Scotsmen. Bit of national rivalry going on. We saw some great wheel-to-wheel racing between you two.
Well, it wasn't really racing as we were trying to use a draft to catch back up to the pack. With the long straights here, the draft can really affect your lap times, and we were putting in good low 33 lap times.
Of course, that did certainly hurt your straight speed, but in all, typical Bathurst race, really, high attrition, and surviving usually results in a good finish.
Yeah, I was surprised to see so many drop out. It was 16 left in the lead lap, which is very unusual for Bathurst, considering there's 10 cars at least a lap down.
Very much so, of course. We could see your car there on the broadcast. That Rocket League Shark. Surprised we didn't see any aerials.
Well, yeah, it was close at times though. Coming down that mountain, it's scary. It's a slow car, doesn't turn. You've got to be precise.
Very much so. Well, thanks for joining us, James. Seems like nobody else from Club UK&I wants to join us for an interview. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah, guys.
Next week, yeah, guys, come on. We want to talk to you all. We know you're shy, but we don't bite. Well, Linus does, but that's another matter. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight, James. And, well, we're going to wish you a good night, everybody. We are, of course, as always, RaceSpot TV. I've been Rachel Whiteford. I've been joined by Linus Brostrom and Hugo Luis on the cameras. This has been another Monday Night Skippies on RaceSpot TV on iRacing Live. Good night.
Good night.